Let's talk about Dogman. Dogman is directed by the great Luc Besson. Okay, Luc Besson is a filmmaker who did, of course, Leon, among so many other great films. He's a French filmmaker, and I was a fan of him. God, when was it? He did a movie. I have to look it up. He also did The Fifth Element with Nikita. There's a movie he made early in his career that I really love. He also did Lucy, and he did a film. I got to go way back because it's like an older black and white movie from way back in the day. The Last Battle from 1983, which is pretty incredible film. So there you go. Dogman. I don't know what to say about Dogman, except that it's very. Let me just describe the story out loud, and then you make of it what you will. It stars a character named Douglas Monroe, who's detained by the police department. He's been involved in a horrible crime. We don't know the details about the crime, and he's carrying a truck filled with dogs. He is Douglas Monroe is this character played by actor Caleb Landry Jones. You might recognize him from films like Get Out. Very good actor. I like Caleb Landry Jones. He plays a transvestite in a wheelchair who was abused by his dad, and his dad threw him in a cage when he was a child to live with dogs. He was traumatized by this experience, became a lounge singer, transvestite, drag queen, and then gets involved with some bad people. That leads to a violent third act. And the story is kind of told in the present, and then we're seeing things in the past. If that's not a checklist of everything you need to have in a modern film, let's see. We got, transvestite. Okay, check. Abuse, check. Wheelchair, and he's got these sort of crutches on it. He can kind of barely walk with these crutches on his legs. Horribly tragic story. His dogs, he's kind of befriended all these dogs that protect him. I don't know what this movie is trying to be. It's also told through the eyes of the police detective, Evelyn, played by Jojo T. Gibbs, who is asking him his story in jail. They're trying to put the pieces together of why this sort of horrible, violent thing happened, which you will see in the third act. I really wanted to love this movie. And by the end, I actually was like, once it got to the third act and you kind of see the action, I'm like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool. But it just there's so many moments where I'm just looking, going, why? What are they doing with this? They're just doing everything they possibly can for you to gain sympathy with the character. I wanted more out of it. And I really love this actor, and I love Luc Besson as a director. I mean, he did Fifth Element, did, the Leon the Professional. He's done so many things that are unique. I think he was really challenging himself. I'm going to make a movie about a transvestite lounge singer in a wheelchair who's friends with dogs that protect him. That's the film. That's your jam. This is the best movie you've seen this year. If it's not, then you probably feel the same way I feel about it. I can't recommend it, even though I love Luc Besson. I wanted to like it, and I really didn't know anything about it. Then I saw the trailer, and that was kind of the first red flag for me. Then I saw the film, and I was, in spite of the fact that the third act kind of like brought me over, I'm like, oh, okay, now I get like this was, the third act kind of like, oh, okay, won me over. I can't 100% recommend the film. It's between a 5 and a 6 for me. And there are other better films that Luc Besson has made. So for me, Dogman is a pass. That's all I have to say. I'm sure we'll get a review on the website, and we'll go from there.
I have no idea what this story is about.
I told you the story.
I know. I still don't understand. Maybe I don't understand why is this a movie?
that I told you the story, Alan.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what was this? You've been gored. Come on, Glenn, get me some Alan getting gored here.